Yo, it's King Kong Walker. You know how we do, baby. I'm back with another fantasy video. Yo, breaking news, my guys. I had to make this mid-big video. I had to. Because, like, the madness that's going on, it had to be covered, my guys. Like, it had to be covered because, listen, yeah. I don't know about you guys, but like this is probably the greatest fantasy I've been in different type of fantasies, you know what I mean? I've been in different fantasies, but this is the greatest fantasy I've ever been a part of, you know what I'm trying to say? Like the personalities, you know what I mean? We've got Latino, we've got Eastern European, we've got Western African, we've got some Central Africa in the mix. We've got American, South American, we've got Asian, you know what I mean? We have Ghana, Nigeria, and Congo. Like, that's tough. Like, you guys don't understand. We've got Poland in this mix, bruv. We've got Poland in this mix, brother. Like, you can't find a deadlier combination than what we've got. You cannot. You cannot. No one can tell me because I'm telling you this, yeah. Everyone inside this fantasy is highly favored, my guys. Like, I don't understand it, man. With this fantasy, you can wake up, yeah, and someone's team has just gone from this to that, and you're just sleeping, Jeje. You're minding your own business, bruv. You were minding your own business, and madness just happened. Madness just happened, bruv. And madness has happened this week. Like, rah, like. That's what I'm saying. This is breaking news, you know what I'm trying to say. I wish I could hold some interviews, you know what I'm trying to say. I wish I could hold some interviews, you know what I mean? I wish because it's just like I just want to know the full vision, the full thought processes, the full things, you get me? You get me? And it's like basically what's going on, yeah. Some people's teams have what you know so they've gone. Emiti Bill on law, like they've gone, bruv. Or other people's teams, yeah. My mans think that they saw something. Like you know when Moses saw the burning bush, we know that Moses saw the burning bush because he done an assignment. Some mans think they seen the burning bush. The bush ain't burnt. The bush weren't burning, bro. And it's like right now they're still seeing the burning bush, and God told them to remove their shoes, yeah. But later on they're gonna find out that, bruv, I don't think that was God, you know. But yo, like, let me just, yo, before I get into this, yo, I just want to say, yo, God bless my brother, man. This guy is highly favored, highly talented, and God bless the works of his hands. And I pray that everything he lays the hands upon shall prosper in Jesus' name. Because this man goes crazy, man. He goes crazy. And that's what I'm trying to say, like, I feel like we have literally the greatest fantasy. Like, I feel like we have the greatest fantasy, and it's just like, I just like one day I want it to be like almost like a TV show. That's my vision. I want it to be almost like a TV show in a sense where it's like every team is like franchised in this way. You get me? Every team is franchised in this way, and it's crazy. Like I feel like if that happens, it's like I'll be happy because like honestly, we be having all sorts of conversations inside our chat, but let's get into the madness. Let's cover them. How did okay? There's a thing. How did the day start? That's what we need to get with. How did the day start? So I think my memory serves me correct. The day started with Bam for Capella and Dinwiddie. Yeah. And the thing is, all throughout these trades, Chris was losing his nuts. Like Chris was pissed. Because Charlie and Chris are having their Nigerian jollof and Ghanaian jollof battle right now. They're playing each other this week. So Chris is going. He's looking at this stuff. He's like, "Wow, go on. This guy is his team's already mad, and you're making his team even worse for me to handle." Because it's like in his head, he's like, "How are you gonna trade Dinwiddie and Capella for Bam Adebayo?" Anyways, but so Chris is playing Charlie. So it's like in my head, this trade doesn't even make sense. Like, it don't make sense because if I go look, what the flip is this? Where's my? Alright, if I go back, right now, I look at Charlie's team. Where's Charlie? Right. So now I'm looking at Charlie's team. Hurry up, bruv. These map books, yeah. Everyone says get a map book, get a map book. You get a map book and it's not map booking. It's not map booking. But yeah, so I look at Charlie's team now, right? So Charlie has now gotten rid of garbage. He got rid of some, oh my days. He got rid of some garbage, right? So now you look at his team, he's got Bam, Zion, Vooch, Anthony Davis, Jimmy Butler, and CJ McCollum. And I even forgot he got Kyrie Irving, right? I don't think Chris put that in the trades. He got Kyrie Irving, right? So this guy has now got all those guys. And Chris is like, when you guys are trading, do you guys look at the teams you're trading to? Because it's like, why are you I just don't understand why you would give Charlie Bam Adebayo. Like, I'm not saying Bam isn't bad. Bam is great. It's just, why are you giving someone that already has Anthony Davis, Vucevic, CJ McCollum, Jimmy Butler, and Kyrie a Bam Adebayo? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? Malik's logic, right? In a sense where it's like, I don't disagree with Malik's logic, right? And that's where Malik is getting me wrong. In a sense where it's like, in our conversations, I'm not telling Malik that, yo, you're stupid, you're this, you're that. I don't disagree with your logic. What I disagree with is like, there's certain players, right? When you trade with them, you need, like, you can only trade a like for a like. You know what I mean? That's what I believe in. You can only trade a like for certain players, right? And if you're not receiving a like for a like, you can't accept the trade, right? So it's like, I look at your team now, it's like you got Spencer Dinwiddie and Clint Capella, right? And it's almost like Clint Capella, like, he's good in a sense where it's like he gets you like double doubles and what, he barely gets you any points, like barely, right? Inside this, he hasn't got more than 15 points, and he hasn't even got more than a 15 rebound game. So he rebounds like a really really good point guard basically. He don't get you any assists, and he barely gets you any steals, and he gets you blocks, right? So you can say that, oh, Clint Capella gets you good blocks, right? But he averages 8.9 and 0.8. You know what I mean? So right from that, Bam Adebayo's averages are better. Then you factor in Spencer Dinwiddie, right? He plays for Mavericks, so he's streaky, right? But then it's like he's streaky. So for me, it's like it don't make any sense because it's like consistently you're not gonna get a consistent output. Like, look, 15, 15, 24, then it drops to 11, then it's 20, then it drops to 12, then it's 20. So the points is not consistent. The rebounding he's very not good at. The assist numbers he's like what? So basically, if I'm gonna rank it, Bam Adebayo combined gets you more assists than um Spencer and Capella. The rebounding, depending on the day, Bam can get you more rebounds. Depending on the day. Depending on the day. Keyword highlighted, underlined, depending, right? And points, right? Bam is not much of a elite scorer. And defensive wise, in terms of steals, it's marginally close. And blocks is close as well because Spencer doesn't get blocks and only Capella does. So it's like you traded away Bam, one guy, for two guys who do equal to or less than what Bam does. And that's my problem. That's my problem because it's not a significant difference where it's like Spencer and Clint Capella do more because Malik's logic is that these two guys are going to produce more than Bam. He's playing a numbers game, right? My logic is that a guy like Bam can only be traded for a guy like, let's say, Sabonis. A like for a like. You know what I mean? If you traded And it's like, it doesn't make sense because it's like you have a guy like Julius Randle who is like for like a Bam Adebayo. Why would you trade that sort of combination you have, where you have Bam and Adebayo, one of the few power forwards that get you like wide range in the sense of assists, rebounds, and points. You know what I mean? And like you traded one of that away, and it's like it doesn't really make sense to me, though, right? To me, I don't think that Spencer Dinwiddie and Clint Capella are equivalent to that. If you told me Clint Capella 2 years ago is, I'd be like, yeah, I hold that. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, I agree with that. Because Clint Capella 2 years ago was grabbing 20 boards, 20 points, you know what I mean? But he's not doing that anymore. Like the Atlanta team is, you can tell they're shifting away from that. So for me, I feel like Malik lost that trade because Bam Adebayo is too, he's too good to be given away for Spencer Dinwiddie, in my opinion. Like, yeah, they're both Nigerian, but like one is better. You know what I mean? He's too good. That's just me. That's just me, right? And then moving on, right? I don't know. I'm actually shocked Chris didn't put the LaMelo and Kyrie trade. But I traded LaMelo for Kyrie, right? That was a big trade, right? But moving on. So Malik done this, right? Then, right, I done something. What did I do? What happened? What happened? Yeah, so Malik done this. Then I got home. And I seen this trade, right? And I was like, I was like, I really wanted Kyle Lowry because Miami's not playing good right now, right? And I know that when they do play good, Kyle Lowry's numbers are going up. Because I remember like a season ago, Kyle Lowry was getting like 10 assists. He gets about the 15-point range and he gets you steals. I'm just like, yo, I had him at one point and I gave him away stupidly. I was like, I want Kyle Lowry, right? So my logic with this trade, Chris did not agree with this trade, right? He didn't agree with it, he didn't like it. My logic was basically the same as Malik's logic with the Adebayo trade, where it's like, here's Kevin Porter. For me, the difference is that I place Bam Adebayo's value higher than Kevin because of their positions. You can, like, for example, Kevin Porter, right, in his position, he's not on the same level as Dame, Curry, Doncic, Trey, LaMelo, and the list goes on, right? But Bam Adebayo in a powerful position, I think we can all agree. I think we can all agree that sorry, I was just looking at my phone. For Bam Adebayo, we can all agree that it's Sabonis, right? Anthony Davis, Sabonis, Bam Adebayo. There's Julius Randle. There's Siakam. I feel like I'm missing some, but you guys get the point, right? You got Christian Wood, kind of, right? But you get what I'm trying to say, where it's like those guys. If you pick any of them, I think we would all give them the same respect. Where it's like they know how to, like, Sabonis isn't really a good defender, but he grabs you the assists and the rebounds. Bam grabs you assists, rebounds, and points, and the defensive numbers. Anthony Davis is like a great defensive guy. Doesn't get you the assists, but he gets you the rebounds. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't put Kevin Porter inside that point guard bracket, but you can put Adebayo in the power forward bracket. You know what I mean? If Adebayo's not A plus, he's an A power forward. You get me? Because I'll put like Anthony Davis as A plus, and then maybe Siakam with him too, right? So then with this trade, I was just like, yo, when I looked at their numbers, I'm like, together, Barrett and Lowry do more output than Kevin. The only problem is that Barrett can't shoot, right? But I wanted Kyle Lowry, right? So I was like, let me do it. Chris didn't like the trade, right? But then I was just like, nah, I have to do this because my logic is like, I need to spread my team, right? I analyzed my team after I lost to Daniel. I was like, I know why I lost. Then I lost to David. I was like, I know why I lost. So I was like, I need to spread my team because I was planning for a bigger move, right? So that's what happened with this trade. Then shortly after, Doncic for Siakam and Nurkic, right? There's a story behind this trade, right? Which to me, it just doesn't matter. But there is a story behind this trade. And my problem with this trade with Malik is like, I'm not telling you that Siakam isn't great. I'm not saying Nurkic isn't good, right? Add more. Like, because for me, last year I had Doncic. People offered me LeBron James and this, Paul George and this. And I was saying no, because for me, I'm like, if I'm trading Doncic, I'm getting Jokic or Giannis, right? I'm doing that. You get me? So it's like, you can't trade Doncic just for that. That was my, I'm just like, if Doncic is worth that, Chris said this line, right? And I'm gonna quote him. It's like, if you were gonna trade Doncic for Siakam, and at the end of the day for Kelton, why didn't you just pick Siakam as your first pick? If you believed in that philosophy, you know what I mean? Like, if you believed in the philosophy of, I'd rather have a team that together their numbers is greater than the sole central point. Why didn't you just start with that philosophy when you're drafting, so that someone else can have Doncic? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't understand. It's like, I understand what Malik is saying, right? Because we all have our philosophies of our teams. Like, my philosophy is like, I'd rather have like the point guards, the small forwards, right, versus the power forwards and the centers, right? So I'd rather have a bulk of them and have one center. So we all have our philosophies, right? My thing with Malik is like, bro, like, why not raid David? You know what I mean? Like, raid him, bro. Like, get 4 or 5 guys from him and then trade away your bums back to David, so that it's like no one is dropped. You know what I mean? Like this. So it's like, if I look at, let's look at Malik's team now, right? So after the trade, he has Ja Morant. Ja Morant is he's he's great. He averages 2 3 pointers a game, 5 rebounds. This. He has Kevin Porter, right? He's good. He's good, right? He has Zach LaVine, who I feel like Zach LaVine he hasn't really hit that stride yet. So the thing about Malik's team now is like, he has the spread that he wanted. So he has Ja, he has Kevin, he has Zach, he has Pascal, he has Julius. You know what I mean? Then he has Jaren when he comes back, right? But that's it. And my problem with Malik's team is that he doesn't have that one guy that's better than everyone else at something. Because I don't think that Kelton is going to keep the productivity. I don't think that Siakam is going to keep doing double, double, triple, double type of things. I don't think he is, right? So he doesn't have that one guy that's separate from everyone else. Doncic was the one guy where it's like, this guy is excellent. You get me? And I don't think he has that guy, because it's like, for example, Ja Morant. There's people that can score at a higher level than Ja Morant. 3 pointers. There's people that score way more threes. There's people that grab way more boards, way more assists. You know what I mean? So it's like, when we did our first video on what is a first round pick, a first round pick is someone that does something at a level that the rest of the people can't do. You know what I mean? He's the central point. And and Malik traded away his central point, and he didn't regain a central point. So now he traded away a central point, and now he's running a system that has no central but is run by the people. You know what I mean? Which I understand. I understand. And it's like, let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. You know what I mean? Let's see if it works. You know what I mean? And then we look at David's team. We have to look at David's team, right? We look at David's team. This map book, man. This map book. This map book. This map book. So, and this is what I'm trying to say. Like, when Chris made that statement where it's like, you guys look at people's teams when you're about to trade. So David has Darius Garland, who, in my opinion, has really. I feel like Darius Garland is. Everyone's gonna say it's wild, but you guys need to understand, fantasy and real life basketball are different. Darius Garland in fantasy is a better point guard than Ja Morant, right? I'm gonna tell you this. In fantasy, right, Darius Garland gets you more assists, more steals, right? And he gets you more 3 pointers than Ja Morant. And his free throw percentage is higher. So Darius Garland covers more categories than Ja Morant in fantasy. He's better than Ja Morant at more categories, right? David also has Bradley Beal. He still has Jokic. He has these San Antonio babies. He has Brook Lopez, who has been insane. He has Luka Doncic now. He has the Aaron Fox, right? So the Aaron Fox is like there's the A. The Aaron Fox is the B. He's like the B plus point guard, right? So he also has Nurkic. He got Nurkic back for Kelton, right? So my thing is that now David's team is basically after the trade, all David lost was Siakam because you gave him back his Nurkic. So David literally traded you Doncic for Siakam. And my opinion is that David can pick up a guy like Kelton Johnson on the waiver wire that's having a nice hot month. He can do that. And I know David is thinking like that because I'm thinking like that too. Where it's like, yo, I will give you Kelton Johnson. You know what I mean? Because I know that what Luka Doncic does, no one else can do it. But I'm going to give you the Kelton. I'm going to give you that. You know what I mean? So it's like when I look at David's team, it's scary because it's like he's still got Dennis Schroeder coming back. You know what I mean? Drummond is a bum. And then he's got Benedict, the rookie in Indiana, who scores, but he doesn't really get you much blocks and steals. And it's like David's team, if I'm looking after the trade, right? So if we're looking after the trade, like who won the trade, I'm saying David won the trade by a landslide because he got Luka Doncic, right? And all he had to give away was Siakam and Kelton. And then he now got Luka Doncic and Nurkic. So it's like, whose team got stronger, David's or Malik's? And then Malik also gave away Adebayo for Capella and Dinwiddie. So it's like, I feel like Malik lost a lot in those last in that day alone. And it's like, I'm interested to see the new trajectory for his team. You know what I mean? I'm going to give his team like 2 weeks analysis. And after 2 weeks, then I'll be like, you know what I mean? And then like the last trade that happened was Curry and this Curry trade, right? So what was going on is like, I had this vision, right? And I was just like, yo. And the vision was, Chris motivated my vision because every move I've made thus far, he's been against it. I'm just like, rah, this man's lost faith in me or what? So Chris was talking to me. I'm just like, bruv, are you doing me like this? Like, that's crazy. Like, dang, how times have changed, innit? And I'm just like, you know what? I'm scrolling through people's teams, yeah, and I'm just like, I want Curry. I'm like, Curry is he's the missing piece. You know what I mean? Like, Curry's the missing piece, like, literally. I'm looking at my team, I'm just like, my team, it works, right? My team works. But for my team to get to that next level where, like, right before the trade, I was just like, is my team better than Chris's team? I'm like, my team can give Chris a good shout, you know what I mean? But can I beat him, like, outright without picking people up? I'm like, I don't know. I lost to David. I lost to Daniel already. And I'm just like, you know what? I need to do something. So I had to do this, right? So I gave Glory lots of pieces, Cade, Kuzma, and Wood. And I received Curry, right? And the thing is like, this is what I'm trying to say about the Doncic trade. I gave three people for Curry, right? And Curry is literally A+ point guard. You know what I mean? He's A+ point guard. And I gave three people. I gave you Kuzma, Cade, and Wood. You know what I mean? Other people would have taken more. Other people would have been like, if you're not giving me like LaMelo or Trey, I trade a gang. We're not talking, you know what I mean? But I gave away three people, and that's a lot. Like, that's a lot. If you're talking about, if Malik's talking about the spread that he wanted, this is what I'm trying to say about the spread. Well, it says like, Malik, I know what you're doing because it's like, I agree with it. You know what I mean? I agree with it. But get more. You get me? Like, get more. Like, I wanted you to eat, bro. And I feel like you didn't eat where you were full and like you unbuttoned your zip. You know what I mean? I wanted you to unbutton your zip. Right? So looking at Glory's team now, it's like, I feel like his team is, the thing is like, we're not going to know. Because now he has Wood, Kyle Kuzma, and Jarrett Allen as these big guys, which is a good combination. right? He has Cade as well, Brandon Ingram, Josh Giddey, DeRozan. I feel like his team is balanced. You know what I mean? Like his team, I feel like his team improved because you look at his team with the Curry. Curry went against his team in a sense where it's like you have one guy that's really good at shooting, and then everyone else look 1 point this, right? Clarkson's the only other person, right? So it's like now he has guys that focus on the categories where it's like he was good at, which is like rebounding, assists, steals, and blocks. You know what I mean? So it's like the trade made sense for him because it's like, yes, Curry's amazing, but he doesn't fit the type of team like that Glory has. You know what I mean? Like he really doesn't fit the type of team that he has, right? So then it's like if I look at my team now, the Curry trade was perfect for me because it's like I know the team I want. I know the team I want. I know what I'm building. It's just I need to practice patience. You know what I mean? I need to consistently talk to my board members, consistently talk to the higher ups, and make sure that we're getting the vision and we're doing it right and we're attributing patience. You know what I'm trying to say? That we're not overdoing things and that we're doing it easy and jet, you know what I mean? Rome was not built in a day. You know what I mean? So like for me, I was just like, this trade is perfect. I felt like I gave up the right amount to receive the right amount. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like you look at my team after the trade, it's like my team is empty. My team is empty and like I am rebuilding. I have to rebuild. I have to rebuild, right? But it's like now I have my big three. I have LaMelo, I have Curry, and I have Trey Young. You know what I'm trying to say? I have my big three. Then I have my supporting cast: Ben Simmons, Kyle Lowry, and Paolo, right? And then I got my one big guy, Nick Claxton. You get me? So I feel like my team actually I made the right choice. It was a risky move, ballsy move, but I feel like I made the right choice in the sense where it's like I gave up a lot, but what I received, it just makes sense for my team now because like now I got there was one more trade. I traded away RJ Barrett for Royce O'Neal because I can't stand RJ Barrett's field goal percentage and I can't stand him as a basketball player. I just can't have him on my team. And I don't know why Daniel wanted him, but I'm not going to question it, right? But now I got what? Royce O'Neal 2.5 threes, Pope 2.7, Steph 4.8, Paolo 1.1, you know what I mean? Bog 3.7. Like my team is making sense now. And then it's like other than Ben, if you look at my Ben and Nick, my free throw percentage is like 9, 8, 9. You know what I mean? He ain't even missed yet. 9. You know what I mean? He ain't even missed. He ain't even missed. You know what I mean? So it's like my team is going the way I want it to go. It's going the way I want it to go. You know what I mean? And then it's like if we now look at the league standings, right? Where is this stuff? Because it's like, okay, I don't know why. We've been doing this for a time and I still don't know the interface of ESPN, man. But now we look at like the standings, right? Also, breaking news: James Harden's out for a month. That's mad. That's mad. He's out for a month. So I don't know what Frankie's gonna do, but that's mad. So now we look at the standings, right? I believe Charlie's team just got it's crazy right now. I feel like if you about to play Charlie or you playing Charlie, I feel like you need to go into like fasting and prayer because to beat Charlie, I don't even know. I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't know what it's gonna take to beat Charlie. If I'm being honest, I don't know what it's gonna take to beat Charlie. I'm just being honest because it's like I still need to. After his team's done this week, I'm gonna look at the numbers, and then the next week, whoever he plays, I'm gonna look at the numbers again because it's mad, right? So right now we got the two guys in the East playing against each other. Chris hasn't made any moves. Charlie made two big moves. Kyrie, and then he also got Bam, right? Malik basically done a whole reroute his roster, right? I want to see what happens, right? I feel like he lost the trade, But let's see what happens. Now, Glory as well. So a lot of the trades was with East versus West. It wasn't like interdivisional. The big trades were like switching, you know what I mean? We're switching powers, you know what I mean? So then Roman Empire, I already know what's gonna happen to his team. I feel like the Roman, like I told you guys, the Roman Empire was very, 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 very dominant until something happened. You know what I mean? So David is about to become very, very, very dominant. I believe it. I believe it. And I know he's happy right now, and I wish him the best. You know what I mean? Because he's made smart moves. I'm 0-2. I'm playing Mariano right now. Mariano thinks he's going to beat me. He's in for one, right? And then who else made a trade? Daniel made a small trade, which I don't think it will impact him too much, right? But I feel like in terms of divisions, who won? The West Division won. In a sense where it's like the West Division got the better players. Now you got Curry inside the West. Now you got Doncic and Luka inside the West, right? Where in the East, now you got Spencer Dinwiddie. Now you got Bam. Who else you got? Kelton, you know what I mean? So the West now has more of the star players, right? So it's gonna be interesting, you know what I mean? And then if we look at the weekly matchup, is it scoreboard? And this map book is okay. Now we look at the weekly matchups, right? And what's going on so far, right? After the trades. I'm playing Mariano right now, and he's beating me. I was beating him, and then I made the trades, and my whole roster and my pickups and stuff. I basically have no more pickups, right? And the thing about Mariano is that I have Stephen Curry, and it's like all I need to basically do is just win, get my 3 pointers. Steph Curry and my guys just shoot efficiently. I feel like I'm gonna win the points. I don't know how, and then assists I'm gonna win. Literally, all I need to do is this, this, and this, and then I feel like I beat him. That's it. I feel like this week the pressure is on Mariano because it's like I just made big moves. I gave away a lot of my team, so no one's really expecting me to win, right? And I could go 0-3, right? So if Mariano don't beat me now, that's tough, right? Malik, James Harden's out, but I don't think you're coming back from 10, and I don't think you're coming back from this. The points you can, I'm not sure, but I feel like Frankie takes this week. He takes it. If Malik does take it, then I ain't hating, right? I thought Malik was gonna win, but after the trades and then James Harden, I still feel like Frankie still got it. Um, Glory and Cornelius, I feel like I made the matchup harder for Cornelius because I gave Glory steal guys, block guys, some double guys, you know what I mean? And some big guys that can shoot the free as well. You know what I mean? But I still feel like Cornelius should edge him out. He should. Then this matchup is literally going till Sunday. This is going to Sunday in a sense where it's like Chris shouldn't even look at rebounding. He shouldn't look at rebounding, right? If I'm Chris and I'm trying to beat Charlie, I feel like this is secured unless a geezer doesn't mess up. The 3 pointers I feel like is secured too. And then the points, you know what I mean? This is gonna go till Sunday. This right here. This is literally it. Like and then the blocks. And then it's just so tight. It's literally so tight. And it's like with steals, it's still anyone's game. With assist, I think Charlie has it and rebound Charlie has it, right? I feel like it's steals and points for me. And double doubles too, Chris can catch up. And it's like, yeah, it's hard. It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one, right? And then this matchup, I want Larry to lose because Larry and Daniel haven't joined the party yet, and I want them to join the party respectfully. So I want Larry to lose because I want them in the party, man. And it's like if Larry does lose, I don't know what he's doing with his team. I don't know because it's like you can't have a team like that and this doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. And I've been telling Larry that he's not good at threes. And it's like some people on his team, he could easily trade them away so that he can improve in this category. You know what I mean? Or even this category and this category. but we'll see. I still feel like this is actually really close. This is close, and I feel like David should low-key be scared. And I'm gonna say this: he should be scared because Daniel O's team is so good at these categories. It's weird, right? It's really weird, right? And I love his team. The 3-pointers, yeah, it's anyone's game because Daniel O could pick up anyone and they can score 7 threes. And then the points is only 2 points. So I feel like this matchup is going to go till Sunday. And because Jokic only plays twice this week as well, right? So if Jokic doesn't have a big game in one of those games, I think Daniel O could surprise and upset David. And the funny thing is, yeah, if he had Damian Lillard, he will be winning this and this. And this will be tighter. That's what's mad. That's what's mad. But I hope you guys enjoyed breaking news and the transfer news, you know what I mean? I feel like we might set up a transfer list so that anyone that has players that they want to just put on the transfer list, just put it on the transfer list, and then it's easier for people to like look on the transfer list and be like, oh, do I want that player? Versus you don't know who's actually available for trade. But if you know who other people want to trade, I think it makes it easier. You know what I mean? Because I feel like people want to trade, but they don't know who other people don't want, what they're willing to give. But if we create that list, it just makes it easier. You get me? But that's it for breaking news. Hope you guys have a beautiful week. I'll see everyone on Sunday and good luck. You get me? This King Collar Walker, you know.